Hello and welcome to Mastery Muse. Today I want to introduce you to the model of Dilts. It's called sometimes neurological levels of Dilts and sometimes just logical levels. This model is helping people get unstuck and look at difficult situations or specific situations from different angles. I will give some examples on how to use it, but first I want to introduce you to this model. This model consists of 6 different levels: environment, behavior, capabilities, values and beliefs, identity and spiritual. How are they connected? The idea is that they build upon each other, and if you want to have a change or get unstuck or resolve conflict, you need to look at different level. I speak English. I speak English is the behavior. Let's look down at the environment. I don't always speak English. Sometimes I speak a different language like Polish or Japanese, or sometimes I'm quiet. So it depends on the environment, it depends on the context, where I am, which country, and with whom I'm speaking. This is all the environment. Then level above is the behavior, so I speak English. The level higher are capabilities. So I cannot speak English if I don't know English. Pretty obvious, right? So the cognitive and emotional capabilities, this is what's there on this level. One level higher are values and beliefs that I believe that are true, and that's why I speak English. For example, on this channel, I speak English on Mastery Muse. The reason why is because I believe this is the best way for me to reach more people and share my knowledge on the bigger scale. So there you have a belief that drives me to choose English from all the languages I could have to communicate on this channel. And I already revealed the value. Sharing knowledge is one of my core values and learning, so that's the thing. Identity, I could say I am an English speaker, that would be my identity, but I could also say I am a trainer or educator or a speaker. Public speaker is an identity that's very close to me. The higher level is the vision, purpose, mission, and as you know, the vision for this channel is every adult can develop in the direction of their choice and knows how to do it. That's my big goal. That's why I want to be a public speaker, and that's why I'm speaking English right now in front of this camera in my own what should I call this? Kitchen? Sitting area, let's call it this way. So how can we use this model to get unstuck? A typical example from the coaching context. I want to stop smoking. Somebody comes with this topic to me for the coaching session. I would try to look at all these different levels so I can understand how this person thinks, and then I could guide with my questions to create changes on some specific levels. Smoking is a behavior, right? If they want to stop smoking, they want to stop the behavior of smoking. If they want to do it, they need to change the level if it's not working on this one level. So let's look at the levels. What about the environment makes you smoke? Very often it's the presence of alcohol, the presence of coffee, or other smokers, or it's, the fact that you're working and you get to have a short break only if you're a smoker and this is your reward for smoking. That could be one situation or multiple factors that play into this behavior. The higher level are the capabilities and competences. So what would you need to know, or how would you need to be, what skills would you need to develop in order to stop smoking? Maybe you need to gain more understanding of health consequences that the smoking gives you, or you would need to learn how to manage stress differently, or dive into mindfulness to replace somehow the rewards you get from smoking, or get the same benefits using different strategies. Maybe it's something else, it's for everybody something different. I'm not a smoker. If you smoke, you have a skill to smoke. I actually cannot just inhale this crap, but some people develop the skill to do it. So maybe now we need to unlearn it and replace it with a different competence. Level higher is a very important level, values and beliefs. So let's take a value. If you are a smoker, maybe the value is for you that you want to just have this moment of relax. And the belief could be that smoking helps me relax, or helps me rest, or helps me control my emotions because my value is love and I don't want to explode at my children or my partner or whoever, my colleagues. So So I need to calm down, and smoking helps me calm down. That could be the case. So you have a value and you have a belief. Level higher is identity, which is I am a smoker. This is a very strong identity that you would develop with smoking, and that's making it really challenging with smoking, because if you drink alcohol, you will not call yourself I am an alcoholic with a lot of pride, but because of the brainwashing we got through advertisement, being a smoker is being perceived as something really cool. I recommend you to start creating a different identity and start familiarizing yourself with an identity of a non-smoker or of somebody. You could start creating the concept of somebody who is non-smoking, or who gave up smoking, or who replaced smoking with healthier ways to manage stress or anger or whatever applies to you in your situation. And the higher level is the purpose, something higher than you. Maybe you don't want to support smoking industry that destroys health with your money or your dollar. Maybe you want to live healthier life and not destroy your lungs or have over negative effects when you're older. Maybe you don't even believe that smoking affects your health, and you are back at the levels of beliefs. And this is why it's so difficult to get through change, because everybody perceives it differently. It's not enough if you claim that you want to stop smoking, but on identity level you are kind of proud or expect specific perks by being a smoker. And I'm not even considering the whole addictive, the biological addiction part and the stuff that nicotine does to your brain. I'm not gonna go that way, but just take the example of somebody who wants to stop smoking. They are a smoker and they work in a company when the only time they can get a break is when they go on a cigarette break with other people. This environment is counterproductive to your intention of stopping smoking, if you have one. That was the example on trying to create future self, and that's very often what happens in the coaching sessions, trying to figure out this new self concept and how would you be, who would you be, how would you feel like, how would you look like, how would this new unknown non-smoking version of yourself feel like, look like, behave like, and so on. So it's very much creating this bigger vision by breaking down this smaller elements of it. Now, how can we use this model for learning? When I started my master degree, which is about learning and development in organizations, our teacher told us to remember why we're starting, remember this intention, the motivation, because once things gonna get tough, we will need that. So this really stuck in my head, because it's exactly how you should use this model. It's not about the behavior or environment. Environment, you're at university, doing this master with other people. Then behavior is, of course, you go to the classes, you do the homework, you present your results and research papers and so on. That's the external behavior. The capabilities above, it's what you need, the skills that you need, like academic thinking, critical thinking, presentation skills, teamwork, all the kind of competences that you would need in order to behave like a good student and in the end be able to graduate, right? And level higher is identity. That's maybe who you are or who you want to be. Maybe you want to be a person with a master degree in pocket. That's kind of the trigger for you to be motivated to gain these capabilities so you can enact the right behaviors in the right environment to get there. And the purpose, it could be even higher. So you want this master degree because you want to share the knowledge with others, or have a specific standard in your life, or it could be anything. Maybe you want to develop a new theory for helping people with something or solving some big global problem, and by adding your own contribution to it. This was an individual example based on somehow from my past a little bit, right, with this master degree. The next example is the team level or the relationship level. Imagine you have a conflict with somebody. It could be your partner, it could be your colleague. You already add complexity because you have two of these pyramids, right? Like you don't necessarily share the same view. For example, Adam and Eve. You have this couple and during the weekend, Adam wants to go fishing and Eve wants to go to a party with other people. So they have a conflict because each of them wants the other person to come together. Both of them are behaviors in different environments, right? Behavior of going fishing alone on some lake or whatever, some nature, versus going to a party with other people and so on. Both of them, Adam and Eve, they have specific needs behind this. Maybe Eve has a need of going to spending time with more people and having a belief that this is the best way of her spending time during the weekend to get energized and relaxed. That's something important to her. But she also wants to spend time with Adam, which is why she wants to drag Adam to this party with her, because she wants to kill two birds with one stone and spend time with Adam and have a party with other people. For Adam, the situation looks different because he's been having a stressful week and he wants to have a peaceful time to reflect. And the last thing he wants is to go and entertain 20 other people, although he would like to spend time with Eve. If they both don't try to understand the higher levels, they might just end up having this argument about behavior and environment, like, no, on Saturday we're gonna go to the party, no, on Saturday I'm gonna go fishing, and so on, and it will be difficult to find a compromise. So you need to try to come up with curiosity and creativity to get to these higher levels and understand what is the common denominator, what do we both want, and how can we accommodate these needs together. Maybe Ava will realize that it's better for her to give Adam the time for fishing and go to the party alone, and afterwards they could do something together, something entirely different, like watching a movie or going to a restaurant, and still they both benefit and each person has their need met. So this could be the relationship level. Oh, I've been talking a lot, because of coaching, I'm so used to just getting input and thinking about it, and I do much more thinking in my life than talking, much more thinking and listening. And then when I'm recording these videos, it's just so unnatural. It's so weird, and not to get feedback from my audience, it's the worst. So give me some comments, I just beg you, give me some comments and tips for the future.